Oh dear lord, I've made a terrible mistake already. Doesn't take me long. Alright, hold on. This is better. Mhm. Hold up. I'm gonna make sure I got my sound all good. Let's toolbars. Every time I look down here, I feel like all of the settings just like throw me off. So I set that to hide, so I'm hoping it does. All right, it's doing the thing it's supposed to do. Okay. Um, games. I haven't loaded this up in a long time, so we're gonna pop this up. We're gonna go ahead and open this thing up. Make sure all this is still showing up okay. Hmm. Man, I really need to figure out how to like boost my volume and stuff. Anyway, big box is coming on. Hey there. Oh man, I haven't used big box in a while. I use usually if I'm gonna play something, I just turn on the actual like I'll open up RetroArch or something like that. But the disadvantage is like if I'm playing PS2 games or DOS games and stuff, some of that stuff is a lot harder to run. Just using that one thing right there. What the hell is what do I do? There we go. Oh boy. Big box. I'm surprised it hasn't just popped up asking me to update yet. Seems like something is missing here. This theme isn't the theme I usually use. Already starting off weird. Manage themes. I'm convinced that some of this stuff is taking a while to load because it's just been a minute. Let's check out colorful. This is very bright. This might be too bright. Let's give it a shot. Let's install this. Flying his main theme. Yes. Oh, look at that. Look at that green right there. What have I done? Are we blind? We're not blind yet. Holy moly. It's loading or something right now. God, so cool. Hey, what's up, man? This is so cool. Alright, let's go here. Because I think I labeled my stream somewhere as being Ninja Gaiden 3, and we'll just turn this on for a second. So I can say I played it. It's so good. Game right there is a classic. Ninja Gaiden 3. Got memories of renting this game back in the day and just being kind of like stuck. Stuck is the word for it. I was really bad at this game. There it is. I found out later that this game is one of those ones that like I think the Japanese version was easier and apparently they made the theory is that they made the American version harder because of the rental market. So it's this thing where I think you have like limited lives and continues and stuff. This is epic. is. Hit start. Okay. Man. I remember thinking this music was awesome. But then I remember this blew my mind. That sound right there, just hearing it go, you know, ah! That right there convinced me, that monster thing right there, had convinced me that this game was somehow, related to, Metroid. Because every Nintendo game, you know, had to be related. It was the thing, I mean, when I was a kid, like, I think I was convinced that, like, every game was connected and somehow, like, a lot of movies were connected. You could not tell me that was not the case. Clearly this has something to do with Alien because of those weird, like, things in the wall. I hadn't seen Alien, but I knew that this was related to Alien. Obviously. I can't believe I haven't loaded this game up in this, on my PC. I usually play 1 and 2, and I just never think about 3, because number 3 being ridiculous, and I'm already, like, bad at 1 and 2. 1 is a game that will break me. 2 is a game that I feel like is doable. 1 is a game that I'm totally fine with until the very end. I'm good. I did it. I'm teabagging this guy, because I'm good. As a kid, this story was engaging and emotional and very deep, and it's the kind of thing that you would sit there and you would think like, oh man, ninjas are the coolest. Also, going into my theory of everything being connected, of course this game is somehow connected to the American Ninja series, which I also hadn't seen, but I had a tape at the house. This is clearly the American Ninja video game. Just called it something, Ninja the Gaiden. Ninja the Gaiden. There we go, that's what it was called back then. Those guys right there, clearly from G.I. Joe. Those little monster dudes, they also creeped me out. Look at that scrolling. I don't know if that's setting in for you, but that's, what is that, 3 layers? That's 4 layers. You got the clouds, which are moving, you got the mountains, you got the, like, stuff in the background, and then the foreground layer, and there's, like, a layer in front of that, too. That is incredible. You're trying to tell me that they're gonna have a Super Nintendo? No, I think this Nintendo's already good enough. Why would you want a Super Nintendo? You already have a Nintendo at home. Oh man. Ah yes. This was one of those stages that made me want to throw my controller in the trash. It made me want to eat my controller. Didn't own any of these games. Rented them quite a bit. And I remember the spikes on the ceiling, having to do this, and then having enemies like that pop out, and then having that pit of lava. That's a lot. And then I think one of those things that just gives you anxiety as a kid is having enemies chase behind you like that. Soundtrack's pretty good. I'm already dead. Yeah! I got Ninja Gaiden 3. This game is great. Oh, again. Game over. All the way back here. I'm great. I'm the best. Also, my conspiracy theory about all these things being connected. Proof that this is connected to G.I. Joe, besides those guys, the army guys, is, I mean, Snake Eyes is a ninja, so he was... Snake Eyes is, this guy's dad, because they're both ninjas, and that's how ninjas work, right? It's the ninja property of association. Then there was this, which this is one of those screens that took a long time to get to. And the thing that makes this rough, it's not the lava coming up, it's that like you have to go to that previous section to get here. So you get here and your life is already down. You don't know what's coming up. And then if you mess up, you know, fall in the lava. And you have to, you might have to do the previous section too, I'm not sure off the top of my head. It's just a lot to ask for a kid. Those damn American kids should stop renting games, though. I should have learned my lesson. So the game killed me. I couldn't tell if that was because of the time limit or if that was because of, because I had no way to get across the, to the other side. If it was for the other side, that's considered a then. That's just not wasting my time, I guess. Soundtrack is so good. Somehow, also, in terms of game difficulty, like this is totally fair. Oh no, that's totally fine. But for some reason, like, Donkey Kong Country was one of those things where I was just like, can't. It's too much. Oh my goodness. Alright, if I get a game over, I'm going to switch games to the next retro game, which is also undecided. Maybe I'll play Shatterhand. How's that? Shatterhand is an American classic. I got 4 continues. Yeah, we're good. Whoops. I will close this by pressing that. There we go. Shatterhand. This big box is like amazing if you're playing a bunch of random retro stuff. Or if you're sitting in your living room, in the home, in the room, or ibidibidoo. This is great. Because you can sit here and you can look at the manuals for these games and the box art and stuff. Manuals you have to download separately. That's Shatterhand, right? Everybody's favorite. Who doesn't love Shatterhand? I'm not going to play this game for too long, because this is a game that you can sink a lot of time into. I must say, I'm very basic. I can't do Mario yet. Not that basic. I've got too many games. I have too many games. I have too many games to play a Mario game. There's so many games. Look at this guy. He's so cool. He's got a jacket on. I don't remember how to do this. Oh, I have to punch this thing. I'm gonna use my shatter hand. Beta. Got some double punch power going on now. I'm unstoppable. I punch everything so hard. I love how that's this guy's like only thing that he can think to do is just punch whatever he sees. Can't open this door. Let me punch it as hard as I can. Look at that. How cool is that? This game and Low G Man were two games that I remember seeing in the video store all the time as a kid. And Soundspot. I would always want to rent, but I never would because they just didn't appeal to me enough for some reason. This dude is great. Oh no, his jacket changed colors. I didn't even see this up here. I better punch it. That's such a cool animation. What's cool about it to me is that it's multiple frames. Like when he does it, there's a frame for him grabbing on, there's a frame for him like leaning down, and there's him actually like resting. That's a lot. Gotta beat up the robotic cops. They're not related to RoboCop. Punch you. In case anybody is ever chasing you with a gun, I do not believe it is good advice to try to punch the person. Catch up to them and just punch the crap out of them. Oh no, it's in Bison. No. I punched this dude so hard. Oh no. This dude is really trying not to get punched. Sorry, bro. Oh no, he's flashing. I wish this was how, like, the political debates and stuff went. Like, somebody would start flashing when they were, like, weak. Make it a lot easier to know which candidate to go for. Nice. Got me with the double. Oh no. Oh, you got punched. That dude got punched. He got punched so hard that he exploded. Some Fist of the North Star level stuff right there. Area A cleared. Does this game give you a level choice? Punched him in the jeans. Look at that. How cool is this? This looks so cool. Games that nobody talks about. Freaking Shatterhand. Like, man, this looks neat. Two of these stages are just Tekken stages. Tekken 7 stages. Burning Factory and Burning Ground. And you got Submarine, you got the Forest, and you got whatever this is, I guess a cave? Maybe this isn't a submarine. I think this might be a weird jet. I don't know what this thing is up here. We're gonna go here. I don't know what this is that I'm in. Now that I'm in the level, it's not really doing me any favors because it's so abstract. This is Under Siege. Boomerang bot. Nice. I don't know how many of these things I can have at a time. I would like to have multiple if it's possible. I'm not good at this, clearly. I'm good enough to know the name of the game and to remember seeing it and be like, man, this game looks really cool. Alright. It's hard to tell if this is an airplane or a submarine because, like, what is even happening here? I had to take my mom to the airport today, and like I'm pretty sure this isn't what's happening on the plane. I would hope not. This dude standing around in pink jumpsuits shooting. Some guy punching every single thing that he sees. What is this? This standard airplane nonsense. I don't even know if I can touch that down there. I'm going to. My only two interactions are touch stuff and punch stuff. Oh no, I gotta punch him harder. Oh no, oh. Oh. I got shattered. Alright, I'm going to close this one. And speaking of Contra-style games, that rednecks would absolutely love. Hey, you got that game? It's like Contra, but it's not. I think it's called Russian Attack. Took me until probably 2014 to realize Russian Attack. I had this game, somebody gave it to me, and I was like, cool. It's like Contra, but you run around and stab stuff. Years later, I was like, oh, the Cold War, Russian Attack. I got it. Your mission. Destroy the Russians. Oh, enemy secret weapon. Good luck. This game, because I found out about it way after Contra and Super C, the thing that you're taken aback by in this is that it's super, like, simple. But you also, at some point, get guns. Yeah, like here. And it does that. And I wanted it to work like Contra guns do, but it's not. It's like a power-up. You don't really want to use it all the time. Also, because you can't tell from looking, to shoot that, you press the A button. To stab, you press the B button. To jump, you press up, which is like a sin. Oh, accidental. That looked pretty good. That looked like I knew what I was doing there. This is great looking. Look at how realistic this looks. Oh, I got jump kicked. This is not going good. I have 0 POW. jumped and stabbed that dude. What an embarrassing way to die on your own military base on top of that. Some guy in blue ran and jumped in this other dude. But it's okay, because he jump kicked me. I tried to take over their base, and this guy just comes and jump kicks me in the face, and I'm just like, alright, I'm done. I'm done militarying. I better move to Seattle. Oh my god. Oh my god. Duped. That guy got served. Pretend that was on purpose. This game has a lot in common with, Kung Fu. I'm trying to think of the name of the game. Shit. Oh, I got jumped. Alright, last life. And then we're going to be playing another game. Oh no, I tried to duck under him and he's too mighty. He's too Russian. Okay. America lost the fight today. But it's okay. It's okay. I want to see if I have... I want to see if I have Demolition Man. This is movies. It's just super pale. Alright. Like, there's no picture there. It's just the text on a white screen. Is there a Game Boy version of Demolition Man? Because why would that exist? There is for Days of Thunder. This is a really cool game for 1990, 1991. That is a... Oh, Cinemania to catch him. We got Earthworm Jim. It's not, this isn't Earthworm Jim, this is a lie. This is the Game Boy version of Earthworm Jim. Again, the best feature is being able to press this button and have full screen box art. That's so cool. Oh man, I had this up in my living room, and it's so cool. It just makes the games feel more like games. Like I'm not just selecting like, oh, this is the Call of Duty icon. I don't really... I think I do have GBA games. I want to see if there's a Game Boy Demolition Man game. Wait. Oh no. Wait, I have to play that version of Mario because that's bad Mario. The thing with this game is that this is a very... You need to be here. This needs to be like 1998 and you're like, wow, I got this game as a birthday present. What year is this? This is 99. So if you get this game back then, the cool thing about this is Super Mario Brothers 1, but it's on the Game Boy Color. And back then, you couldn't play these games on the go. Like, you didn't get console quality games on the go. You got Game Boy and Game Gear games on the go, which were good. But this was the first time that I remember seeing like a game that you played at home done. Like they took all the levels and stuff and put them in here. But the catch is that, so we're gonna go in here. You have all these little options and stuff and they try to fill it out. The cool thing is that the versus mode is simultaneous multiplayer. So if you have a link cable, you can have Mario and Luigi and you're both trying to get to the exit of the level at the same time, instead of like taking turns or whatever. That's really cool. You also have this thing right here, and then it gives you a world view, which is what they use for like all the mobile or the handheld Mario games now. But it's like this. And like, this is Mario. But you see how zoomed in it is? And it's one of those things that leads to the game just feeling like it's moving really fast. Like, it's still Mario, but it's not quite there. Like the tops of some of these blocks, you see how it like scrolls up? It has the full size of the screen. And it worked for 1999, but when you go back and you play this now, you're like, well, I would rather play Mario, what's it called? Super Mario Land 2 or something? Because look at this. You know what this room looks like. It's a scrolling room now because they can't fit it all on here, but it is the full game. So it's really cool for that reason. It feels slightly faster too, and I don't think it does. I think what it is that the game zoomed in. So grab this fire flower. And you also have this thing down here, this this map that's on the bottom, which when you play Mario a lot, the thing that you end up doing is you start memorizing, like, oh, I'll go to here, and then I warp to this level, and then I warp to this section, and then you beat the game in like 8 minutes. But this game kind of encourages you to go through each level, which is something that I don't think most people do nowadays when they play Mario. Like, trying to do that, it's a real battle. I also don't think you can do this. Yeah, okay, you can still scroll back a little bit. Okay, I was thinking that you couldn't, you could scroll back more than you could. Whoops. You can look at some of his animations and they look like they're a little bit snappier than they would usually be. This is bad news bears, because I never... I'll mess up Mario. What is this? Oops. Well, I've embarrassed myself. Mario's dead to me. Sorry, Mario. But anyway, it's a cool idea for the GBA, or the Game Boy Color, but it, like, going back to play it now, it's really hard to be like, play this when you can play regular Mario on almost anything. Or you can play, you know, the actual handheld games. Like, instead of playing that, you could play... I said I wasn't going to play Mario, and I seem to be playing Mario games, so I did lie. Here we go. I beat this game for the, like, when it was relevant. I was sitting in the back of a car. I think I might have been on my way to a fabric store. I'm not really playing this game. This is, you're not actually seeing this. I'm gonna go back up to the hub world. I just want to do, like, single level. I don't want it to be anything too weird. This game has so many weird levels, though. Yeah. Yeah. Game has so many strange things that are not in any other game that I wish that they would use. Look at that, dude. Look at these enemies. This game gets 0 acknowledgement, along with, like, you know, Super Mario Bros. 2, the US version. Hey, what's up, dude? Yikes. I'm pretty much just playing through this level on this. I'm surprised I'm still alive. Because I'm not really super focused on all this right now. Can't play Mario. But on the topic of games that are from an era that were really, really, really cool for the era. This is I think this game is just pretty neat for what it is. But I got the radish, which gives you like rabbit ears, which what do rabbit ears do? This is one of the things that makes this game so strange. It makes this specific game so weird. This power-up is not in any other game that I know of. Why does he fly when he gets a radish? I can't make the connection. I've never been able to figure that out. Anyway, alright, so that's that. That's a great game. But weird versions of games. There was this, and I remember that there were kids that I went to school with that absolutely loved the Donkey Kong games, which means that I'm going, oh, there's DDR. Probably saw that up there. Oof, that's something. But it's not country. Is it country? I thought it was Donkey Kong Land. I wonder if this is... Oh, whatever, we'll go ahead and look this up. Wait. I think this is a trap. Hold on. Maybe it's under the original game, or maybe I don't have the ROM for it. There was the Donkey Kong Land games. Those were super, super, super cool. There they are. Donkey Kong Land 2. This is, okay, so this is Super Game Boy enhanced. This means that if you put it in a Super Game Boy, it would actually give you, like, special screens and stuff. But for some reason, yeah, again, kids that I knew that I went to school with, they loved, they loved Donkey Kong Country because it was popular at the time. But a lot of them wanted this game. And I remember seeing this in magazines and being like... It was hard to tell, like, is this a new game? Because Super Mario Land and Super Mario Brothers are different. I think this is just the regular game. It's just portable. And as a result, it's a lot more limited. But it's also, it's cool that they managed to pull this off at all. Like... Donkey Kong is, it's a series. I think this game is probably the game, like, their peak. In terms of the Donkey Kong Country games. I haven't played the other ones. I haven't played the Wii one and the Wii U. Was it like Tropical Freeze and Donkey Kong Country Returns? Short levels. I'll tell you this. Game Boy games that have short levels, the blessing about them, when you play them now, you're like, man, this game is really short. Like, there's not enough there. But when you think about it in terms of like, oh, I'm playing this game on a handheld that uses 4 batteries, and it's portable, and I can't just turn the thing off. Having something like that you can, like, play for a bit and then turn off and make a save or finish the game, that's really cool. I think I had to go out of my way to look for this ROM, if I'm right. Since you don't scroll as much in this game, like the screen's a lot more zoomed in, it makes it extra hard to see certain things. Like, I'm pretty sure, I think on console, I think there's a lot more jumps right there on the Super Nintendo version. But there we go. Like, when I make those jumps right there, it's just... It's good game design on their part because they realize like, oh, we have the screen zoomed in, so you can't really see everything. So they tend to put enemies like in places so when you fall, you actually hit them instead of just flat out dying. I'm gonna try to make it to the first save, and then I'm going to, switch to another classic. Another game that everybody loves. One of the Ninja Turtles games. Those games are great. I'm gonna skip that extra life. Probably a bad move, but whatever. Aw, yeah. Don't need that barrel. Oops. I guess I do want to do this. Man, damn game. Can't see the bottom of the jump, so it's just like, alright, good luck. May the Kong be with you. Alright, Kong College. Hello, dearies. Save game free. Okay. Made it to the first save in Donkey Kong Land. Let's give that game a 4? A 4. I'll give it a 4. Donkey Kong Land 3. I was so disappointed with this one when Donkey Kong Country 3 came out. I see Benjamin mention Final Fantasy and Mega Man. I will go with Mega Man because before I go to Ninja Turtles, these games are freaking weird. The thing that's weird about these games is that this game is called Mega Man 2, but it has like 4 bosses. The order of everything is just like strange to me. Alright. WhatsApp is free. A lot of people use WhatsApp to talk to people from other countries. In case they don't use another messenger or whatever. Look at how zoomed in this is. I've got an even better version of Mega Man that is also should be illegal, which is the DOS versions. The DOS Mega Man games are like bad in a way that's not fun, and that's super interesting to me. No, you wouldn't pay. What you do is you just pay your regular phone bill. That's it. There's no extra fee for WhatsApp as far as I know, unless things have changed. I haven't used it in years, so I don't know. Oh, he has his slide in this game. further proof that this game is a strange version of Mega Man is, well, for one, he's got the slide, but this stage has water. Oh boy. And I'm dead. And it's gone. Okay. Alright, whatever. Mega Man. Game is weird. I had one of these. I don't remember which one. I want to go to the Ninja Turtles games. Super Street Basketball. Tamagotchi. You can get multiple Tamagotchi games. Why? This was a game that I remember seeing in magazines, and I remember cutting out pictures of, and I would cut out pictures of an actual Game Boy, and I would pretend that I was playing the game because I was that lonely of a kid. It just looks so cool. The fact that you could look at the back of this, and it doesn't look like the Nintendo games, that was really cool to me. Who will stop the Shredder from wringing America's favorite turtlenecks? In cahoots with exiled alien Zap Master Krang, the evil Shredder has once again kidnapped the dashing damsel of the news desk, April O'Neil. To rescue this ravishing reporter, you must return to the sewers and dredge forth those reptiles with a penchant for pizza and all the nifty knife work of a chop suey chef. You will control every move of Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael as they arm themselves with head-rattling nunchakus, backstabbing sai swords, and liver-slashing katana blades. Of course, this once-in-a-light-year adventure will really start rumbling the nanosecond you bust into 5 never-before-seen levels of Manhattan mayhem, including the traffic jam, waste dump ravine, the Technodrome, and Technodrome Tower. Here you'll perfect the ancient art of icing, slicing, and shuriken slicing. And you'll get the chance to wipe the smirks off the faces of all new creep show freaks like Roadkill Rodney, Shell Shocker, and that nasty villain Filet O Filth. So get back into your shell and start snapping away, or April goes from delivering the news to singing the blues in some new cement shoes. That is some good writing right there. That is beautiful. Whoever wrote that, man. Oh, you didn't bother me. I don't. I wish I knew more about WhatsApp. I really don't, though. I just never really used it much. Pick your turtle. Look at that swipe. K90 rocks. It looks like something. I don't know what it looks like. It looks like it should be a thing, though. I think the ones after this are probably the ones I'm thinking of that had, like... It was a thing where I think you had to, like, rescue the other turtles. That water looks really, really, really good to me. I don't know. I must be on some kind of drugs or drinking, but that water looks surprisingly good. For a Game Boy game, That looks really freaking cool. And it's even cooler that you can stand it. What it is that it's multiple levels that are scrolling, which is uncalled for. Nothing else is doing that, it's just the water. Yikes. Oh no, not sewer bats. Everybody knows bats love to hang out in sewers. Along with ninjas and Snoopy robots. There's so much stuff happening right now. Yikes. I thought maybe I could hit her from behind. Can't hit her from the back. Or the front. No. I don't know what the hitbox is on that thing. I think it might be the wheels. Nice. Now, if I was a video game made in the 90s or the late 80s, this is around where I would throw in my boss fight, I believe. This is surprisingly playable. It is choppy, but it works in a way that you wouldn't really necessarily expect from a game from back then. Hey, what's up, dude? Hey, this game came out early enough to seem like it's an early Game Boy game, so I wouldn't expect it to be like as playable as it is. Again, they did the thing that a lot of people did where they made the sprites huge, which slows down the frame rate, but it still works. I was born in '87. I had to break through that wall. There's the boss. You can't stop me. Because I can hit the A button really good. Apparently. Enemy must be near. April is screaming. Oh no. Donatello showing up right there. Stage 2. He has the same hitbox. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right, we're gonna back out of that one. That game seems. This is a 4. This is also a 4. That's fair. Hmm. 2 megs memory pumps up the graphics. Brings you major screenage with all new ways. I can't tell. Alright. So this is what the front of the box looks like. I can't tell if that's a decal or if that's like blood or just stains in the back of this box. I think it might actually be stains that somebody scanned in. That one, that's why I was loading up these ones, is because like these were different games in a really weird way. This is 1993. Like, you would expect these games to be the exact same as the Nintendo game, because the Nintendo game was you know, the arcade game. But instead of getting that, you got this weird like side-scrolling. It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up, and then like one of the games is you're rescuing people. Wow. Nice. I'm not gonna play this whole level here because this one, surprisingly, this seems like it scrolls better. But so far, in terms of like gameplay, it feels worse. No, I'm not. I'm not that big of a Turtles fan. There was a point in time when I feel like it was impossible to watch, you know, Ninja Turtles without wanting a pizza. You had to have one somewhere. I don't remember, but I have a feeling that some of those, like the FHE episodes that they would put out for the Ninja Turtles cartoon, they probably came with like a personal pan pizza coupon from Pizza Hut or something. I was just running through the sewers with a pizza box. Alright. Whoa. This technically looks better, but it doesn't have the scrolling stuff. And freaking, this is Raphael, I think. He looks extra derpy. I don't know why. Oh look, he looked at me. He looked at me, he heard me talking about him. You're gone, buddy. You're fired. That one does not seem as cool. Let's go with this one. Oh man, they changed up the entire intro screen here. You would expect this game to be the Manhattan Project, the third one from the Nintendo, but again, instead of being that, it's this. They changed the sprites again. This is like the tail end of Turtle Mania. This might actually be when it was like kind of dying. I don't remember what really took its place. I remember personally, I went from being into Ninja Turtles to being into like Mighty Max, if anybody remembers that. It came out around the same time as Polly Pocket and stuff. But yeah, so this one, instead of just being a straight like, oh, go left to right, like this is kind of like a Metroid style thing, I think, where you're like trying to get to those spots because I think they are important things that you need. Which is wild for a game, a Ninja Turtles game. Look at that. Look, he has a custom ability. Come on. Didn't have to do that. I love being a turtle. Loose pizza? Pizza time. Ooh, I got electrocuted. And they did not have to do all this extra work that they did here. They could have easily just made a plain Ninja Turtles game and it would have been totally okay. It could have been another one of the games just like the last two. But this one's this weird, like, rescue the other turtles, your turtles have abilities, and explore this huge map. Why? Why? It's great. Bold. And there's nothing... The closest thing that's like this is, you know, the first game for the Nintendo. Which makes it extra weird. Only one way. I'm trying to not die. Oh! Oh, wait, I had a pizza left. Nice. Nice. This is the thing here, but I can't interact with it because I don't have... I feel like this would be a thing where you have, like, Donatello. Maybe he does, like, a pogo. What's this? Spooky music. Yikes. Yikes. Shell shocked. Okay. Look at that password. 1, a bunch of zeros, and then a 2. Okay. That game was pretty cool back then to me. While I'm looking at weird versions of games. That game is... The Ninja Turtles game is... I don't even know what to compare it to. Like, it's kind of like a Metroid sort of thing, and I want to say you end up getting other turtles from there. Of course I'm going to load up. Of course I'm going to load up Street Fighter 2. How could I resist? This was a game I wanted really bad. I remember a friend had Mortal Kombat and he let me borrow that, and I was like, oh, this is... It's gotta be just as good. It's not. The two companies took two different approaches where Mortal Kombat went for what they do, and they tried to make Mortal Kombat look like Mortal Kombat, and it controls like straight ass. Whereas Street Fighter made some like concessions. I think SNK was the one that ended up getting it like the best in terms of like handheld fighting games. I'm going to pick Guile. I have Guile, if you couldn't tell. I wasn't 100% sure which one I had, so... This is... They could have just not allowed mirror matches in this version. Would have made so much more sense. I wish. I wish. I saw a friend when I was in like my senior year of high school who went out of his way to learn how to do a flash kick. Like, you know, just crouching, like he would crouch and then he would just do like an actual like backflip with the flick or whatever. Things look really, really, really cool when people do them. It doesn't look like it would actually be remotely effective in a fight. Guile 1. I win. That's because I'm the best. Japan. Alright. So we got Guile versus Ryu. I'm not going to finish this fight. I'm going to switch to Mortal Kombat though to show the huge difference, like why I really appreciate this version of Street Fighter. It's not great, but between the two, like, to me this is, if you're gonna get one of the two fighting games on Game Boys, specifically between these two, I think Street Fighter is the better option. It does suck for the, you know, the mirror match thing that happened earlier, where you can't tell which character's which, but let's go ahead and turn this off. Alright, so we're going to, yeah, get rid of 2.5, which is whatever. But if you go to Mortal Kombat's issue is, again, we're going to go with the original one. Because to me, these are the two that would have been competing. Game might have loaded twice. Hang on. No, it's only open once. Alright. Let's see. Mortal Kombat. Claim. Yeah, rest in peace. Probe? I don't think Probe is around anymore either. I don't think anybody uses the Probe name for anything, but I might be wrong. I could see it being on, like, maybe some weird Android games. So this was cool when it came out because you could have Mortal Kombat in your pocket. You know, your mom doesn't want you to play that game. So you can keep it a secret and you can play it whenever you want to. You only got 6 characters. Looks like you're missing Johnny Cage. You have Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Bless your heart if you can tell which one's which. I think this is Sub-Zero. But you can see the animations here, and look at, like, it's so choppy. I'm trying to do his freeze and I can't do it. I'm sure it's here. Nice. Like, again, compared to the Game Boy version of Mortal or Street Fighter, like, this is just rough. It was okay at the time, I guess, but I mean, to me, the other game was definitely better. Sub-Zero, but I cannot figure out how to do his freeze. For the record, if you're wondering, to block, what you do is you hold down both buttons. So you hold down A and B. This is awful. I want to at least finish one fight. Win or lose. Oh no, she got me. Oh, I got you. I went for an uppercut and she grabbed me out of it. You ducked my uppercut. terrible. What a bad version of this game. And the thing is like, to me, they never learned a lesson with Mortal Kombat on Game Boy. Which is like, you have other games that are coming out that are trying to figure out like, how do we make fighting games work on the go, especially with only 2 buttons. They never got it. Because they kept trying to do the thing of making the game look like, you know, the home version. And it always affected the playability. You know what, I'm going to go to committing a sin. We're going to go to the Game Gear. Because this was the definitive mobile version of that game. It's kind of the same thing, but you know what helps a lot is just being able to see the damn colors. Who knew that was one of the most important things in Mortal Kombat, is like, oh, I need to tell which one of these ninjas is which. Midway Mortal Kombat TM. I don't know what the code is on here. This is the blood code, but I don't know what it is. I know on Genesis it's ABACABB or something like that. Abacab. Even like going through this character select screen seems like it moves a little bit snappier. Go with, you know, we'll go with medium. Look at Goro's fat head right there. He's like shrunk down. The animations in this version of the game play out a lot faster too. Like the movement and stuff, it's, yeah, it just seems a little bit closer. Nice. Hour. Got Johnny Cage back. Is Kano the one that's missing from this game? Go ahead and look. I'm gonna throw freaking Sub-Zero in the game and like I cannot do his freeze. Nope. Okay. It's enough of that. Anyway, whatever. This is a better version of Mortal Kombat if you're going to play one on the go. If you're going to play one on the go for a freaking 90s handheld and early 90s handheld, go with that version. But I want to go with one more of these. I think there was a... Mystic Quest. There it is, Samurai Showdown. So SNK's approach to making fighting games on the go, because these are the 3 big companies at the time. It was you know, Capcom, Midway, and then you had SNK in terms of making fighting games. I think their approach was that they did like chibi versions of all the characters, like the little tiny ones, and they changed their inputs on stuff too. I'm not sure if this game has it. We'll see. Go with Hamaru, because I'm simple man. So the problem with the other two games is that they're really choppy. This already, like, I know it doesn't look like the arcade version or anything, or the home versions, but it's smooth. Which, to me, if I'm playing a fighting game, like, that's what I want. You even have the referee guy at the top of the screen. Got him. But this just comes across as so much more playable to me. Like, so cool. I'm not even a Samurai Showdown player, but I just respect this version a lot. To call me awesome is an understatement. Words to live by. Alright. You have the heavy slash in this game. You have light attack. You have your kick, and then you have heavy slashes done by hitting both attack buttons at the same time. For a Game Boy fighting game, like, this just seems like it works a lot better than the other two do. In terms of tiers, I would put, like, in terms of functionality, I would say Samurai Showdown's like the best one, and then you would go Street Fighter, and then you would go Mortal Kombat at the bottom. This just seems to work better. It doesn't look as good, but it just seems like it's a lot more competent. For wimps like you, using my full power is a no-no. Ooh. Speaking of wimps, I believe that means it is time for me to go to bed. Because it is late at night. So, we go ahead and close this. We'll go back to Big Box once that pops up. Anyway, I will be back on probably later today sometime, so I will see you later. Peace out. Thanks for stopping by.